All right. Hello, everyone. If you watch this video, it means that first of all, somehow you found this guide and this template. And second is that you're actually interested in the topic of reflection, planning, strategizing, understanding yourself and your life more and better. This is the template that I am using already for more than 5 years. It was refined multiple times. The inspiration is taken from many different sources. You will find them here below the template. And of course, I was sharing it with different people, friends, family, wife, etc. And with various degrees of success, people use it or refine it or adapt it. But the key point is that reflection and planning is important in one or another way. And basically, what I'm doing here, I would like to share with you my way to do it, and I hope that you will take it, improve it, change it, adapt it, and share the idea of importance of reflection and planning and doing it regularly further. I am doing it in Notion. You don't have to. You can do the same exercise on paper, in Google Keep, Apple Notes, Google Docs, Microsoft Word, whatever you prefer. Just happen that I use Notion, so the workflow will be around it. How to work with this template? First of all, you need to copy to your Notion space, or if you if you use other tool, you can just start copying text and things from it. If you do it in Notion, it will appear here on the left. In my case, since I was already adding and removing it all the times, it is here. And let's start. The first day, what it will be about. First day is about general reflection. This exercise is designed just to warm you up. Again, it can be simple, but it's not necessarily easy. But to start the first day, and I recommend you really set up the whole week, ideally fully free or at least partially free. You'll need 3, 4, 5 hours per day. The first day, general reflection. Free form, essay, bullet points, text. Just try to make at least 500 words so it looks, reasonable to get you started, to get you actually start remembering what was happening this year. Look at your diary, look at your reviews, remember your conversations, travels, facts, whatever happened, whatever you like, didn't like, whatever you thought, uh, whatever you think should have happened, right? Fully free form, get yourself going. What can help here? One thing is taking your photos or your screenshots, because most probably things that were important to you, you somehow saved. Typically, is the photos, and add him as some kind of gallery. In Notion's easy to do. There is the gallery template. You see it here. You can also add photos here as your copy paste, and to visualize them, you need to just change one property here to page content. If you're a bit more creative person or artistic person, you can also add music, movies, and different kind of art of the month or whatever makes you feel something. If you actually can connect your year to some art forms. But again, the first day is a warm up, is to get you started. It's supposed to have some kind of logical part, which is coming in form of an essay, and a bit of more emotional part, which is coming in a form of visual, audio, or some kind of creative artistic anchoring. So basically this will be your input, and this will basically will get you started with your review, reflection, and later planning. This is relatively shallow. We need to go at least as an onion one level deeper. One level deeper, this is where we'll get first a little bit more logical before we'll get a little bit more emotional, psychological, and maybe philosophical again. Day two is about answering ideally 50 questions about your life this year. How to do it? First of all, you need to decide about the important uh, life areas of your life. I have 10. You can have more, you can have less. I have body, basically everything about my physical health, how I feel, my body performance, etc. It's about my emotional and mental health, intellectual, spiritual life, relationship with my wife, relationship with my family, relationship with people around me who I care about, and this is broadly speaking my society. Relationship with my lifestyle, the quality of my life conditions, freedom, my resources, and the service, basically the work I do for other people. Again, here it can be your business, self-employment, non-profit work. Again, it's not necessarily about the money. Freedom, again, typically it's about money for most of the people, but also it can be about your time, your attention, whatever you want to accumulate as resource to enable you to be free to do whatever you want in your life. Again, it's not only money, but you should start with money. Lifestyle is really broad category. Different people consider lifestyle different things, but definitely the way you live, your house is part of your lifestyle. How do you spend your free time, your hobbies, cafes, traveling, your lifestyle. The clothes you wear is your lifestyle. Again, different people consider here different things. The same about society. It can be your two friends, or it can be your political impact at your country. Depends. It really depends about on what people do you care about. Friends, your community, your country, the whole world, etc. I think everything else is more or less relatively straightforward. And what questions do you need to ask about each of the life area and then put it in the table? First of all, facts that happen this in this life area in this year. I want to be specific here. Facts are numerical and measurable outcomes that you collect, either good or bad. What is the numerical and measurable outcome? Let's say body area. You care about your weight, so every morning you put yourself on the scales. Numerical, measurable fact. I was thinking about measuring myself, it's not a fact. I was measuring myself sometimes, but I didn't write it down, it's not a fact. We can go to this a bit later. There are some actions that you did and insights that you have, but facts should have some physical representation in the world. Let's say your body weight, it's a table with the measurements. Shadow part, your mental health. I was thinking about journaling. No. Sometimes I was journaling. No. A physical book or a folder on your computer where you can see that you journaled 172 times this year is a fact. It's about the mind. I was thinking about reading a book. No. I was reading books. No. You have written reviews, some kind of short reviews about the books that you read, you finished, you have the quotes, reviews. This is the fact. No, the same about the money. You have a budget, you have a bank account, you have a statement from your bank. It's a fact. I was thinking about saving money. No. Hope you get the idea. And again, it's not a problem that you don't have any measurable things yet. We live different lives, I have different priorities. It's about being honest with yourself. The fact that, let's say, about your family, what did you track about your family? Most probably nothing. And it just means that you didn't track anything. You don't want to achieve things with your family. It doesn't mean you don't love them. It doesn't mean you don't think about them. It doesn't mean that you don't do anything with them. Just, nothing to track and measure, which is okay. But in many life areas, most probably you already do something. You might not track your exercises, but you maybe sometimes you go to the gym. You might not write essays about your books, but maybe you read the books on newsletters. You might not track some family goals, but you talk to your parents, you talk to your children, talk to your wife. You might not have a map of your favorite cafes that you go to, but no, you go to the cinema, well, you go to cafes, you actually do it. Just it happens. It happens in the real world. Just you don't measure it, for good or for bad. And it just tells about your relationship with this life area. Let's say, take about going to cafes. There are people who go to cafes and they leave Google reviews, they create Google Maps, they have the lists, they have collaborations with those cafes as influencers. This is one kind of level of living. And, it's just that you go to cafes and you even don't remember to what cafes you go. No, it's fine. You go to cafes, but it's about actions, not about facts and results and measurable outcomes. And sometimes, and this is can get problematic, you only have thoughts in your head. For example, with your family, you might have not the best relationships, and you even don't talk to your family, let's say. But I don't believe that you even never thought about your family even once, in a good or in a bad way. The same about, let's say, your physical health. Um, you might even not go to the gym, you maybe eat random food, but it doesn't mean that you never thought about how you feel, where it's leading, etc. And typically you have all three. You have some facts, some actions, and some thoughts. And always something what you like and something what you don't like and what worries you. What I suggesting that you put it in a table. So you actually see the map of your life in one place. Let's say body area. Let's say you care about your body weight. You were measuring it, but still you didn't improve. Okay, you put negative result, but you measured it. You care about it. And you also did something. You did to go to the gym, you jogged sometimes, tried yoga once. They're actions, they're real world actions. I know results may be not that great, but you did something. Also, you thought something, and something that you like, you didn't like. In reality, some of the pieces of this table will be empty, especially if you do it for the first time. It may look, something like this. It's fine. It's your reality this year. What it means. When you have the empty cell of the table, it means there is the area to progress. You may choose not to progress, which is already another question. But there is the area where you can be, or maybe more numerical, more measurable, more goal oriented, or maybe you can move from thinking to doing something if you choose to. But typically in the areas where you care about, you have all three. You have some facts, you'll have some actions, you have some thoughts, and you like and dislike something about it. This is day 2. This will take a while, 4 or 5 hours, I think, if you do it for the first time. This gives you the clear, logical picture about what happened this year and what do you think about it. This day answer to the questions what happened in your real life or in your head, but it doesn't answer the question why it happened. That's why day 3 will be peeling the onion layers and going deeper. There are different frameworks how you can think about this kind of different levels or realities of your life. The most primitive example that most probably you know is the Maslow's pyramid. Like when you go from your physical needs to the self-actualization. I recommend a couple of other frameworks. Be careful. These frameworks, when you read more about them, they have a lot of fair criticism, especially that maybe they're not very scientific. The communities around these frameworks, they tend to go too much into esoterics, and this might be to your liking or not. I use these frameworks as useful mental maps. You may choose to use other ones. But I find it useful to have a mental map to structure my values and understand where I am. Basically, this integral theory or spiral dynamics, they're basically very similar. Ken Wilber is founder of the integral theory. Claire Graves of this spiral dynamics. The idea is to put yourself at one or multiple levels of reality. For example, if you have only impulsive actions and you only live in your head and only think about something but not doing anything with a purpose, most probably you're really egocentric and you just want to do whatever you want, and you don't care about the consequences. It's like, I think it, I want it, I don't care about anything else. And some people have it in a relationship with their body, some people have it in a relationship with their parents, some people have it in a relationship with their money. It's important to acknowledge that you are at this level. Then there are people who do something because they believe it's the right thing to do. I go to the gym because it's the right thing to do for my body. I save my money because it's important, because my parents do it, etc. I I don't know, I go to the church because this is, because otherwise I'll go to hell. Whatever. Those is typically, you already see how it's mapping to the levels of the thinking, actions, and the results. But the fact that you go to the church, it doesn't mean that you achieve any spiritual insights. The fact that you save money doesn't mean you achieve financial freedom. The fact that you go to the gym doesn't mean that you achieve results with your body. That's why the next level is strategic. It's where you actually play to win, you enhance your living, you're looking for the best solutions, you want the abundance of your health, of your material resources, of your relationships, etc. And typically when you live in this level, you actually have some measurements. If you want to, improve your body, you measure your body. You want to improve your relationships, you start tracking your relationships. And this is where you start having facts about your life. This is like strategic level of living. There are other levels below and even beyond, but most of people live on these three levels. There are some people who really move beyond. They have money because they want to liberate humans from Korean dogma. They go to the gym because they want to promote sense of community and unity. They build a family to share it with the world, right? They live the life to explore inner beings of self and others. Personally, I aspire to have these motivations, and maybe partially I'm doing this, maybe even recording this video and sharing it with you is part of my attempt to live this level of life. But for example, to be honest with myself, I mainly live in the level of achievements and purpose. This is where most of my life is happening. I'm not here yet. I'm aspiring to be here. If you are already here, please suggest me what question in this reflection map can you ask yourself about if you really did life on this green level. Because the fact is about this orange, actions about this blue, insights about this red or below. There are also levels below. For example, some people live, in some kind of magical thinking. They just want to be in the safety and going anywhere. They have some sacred rituals. They show their allegiance to the customs and elders. They live in a mystical world. If you live here, most probably you don't care about Notion templates, I guess. And if you live in a pure survival, most probably Notion templates on your computer is not the thing you care about. And as well, if you're a transcended person living holistic life, again, most probably already live beyond Notion templates as well. I am doing this for people who are somewhere around here and want to move further. So what do you do with it? You read it, you study it, and then for each area of your life, try to really understand where you are. Are you in this red level of your emotions and thoughts? Are you on the blue level of purposeful actions without results? Are you on the orange level of results and achievements and facts? Or maybe you're already on the level of the green and sharing life with other people. You can put it here, write some comments why you think so, and then you can visualize it as a pretty chart. This is your distribution of your values in your life based on how did you actually live your life this year. You can go a little bit more advanced because again, this is a little bit like of your judgment. It's like, yeah, I think I was here. That's why I think I'm here. What can be even more helpful is to analyze how did you spend your time. Basically, if you do have some kind of time tracking routines, where your time was this year, quality of this time. Did you spend a lot of time fasting, going to the gym because you believe it's the right thing to do? It's probably it's below. Do you spend a lot of time at your job and university because you believe it's the right thing to do that you need to have? It's probably it's blue as well. Did you spend a lot of time building family legacy, family office, family business? Maybe it's orange here. Do you spend a lot of time being single or just being promiscuous or fighting with your partner? You already know where it is. Put it here, you'll see a bit more specific distribution. The same about the money. Where do you spend most of your money? In your body? Did you spend it in the gym? Did you spend it on the fast food? Did you spend it on the books? Or you didn't spend any money on your brain development at all? Put it here. And the same about attention. What content do you consume? What books do you read? Do you read books at all? Do you spend a lot of time in the socials? What exactly do you read in the socials regarding each life area? And for example, for me, this is where the reddish colors are appearing because I do spend my time on socials and not all of this time is productive. I do spend time on the fun. And I definitely, some of my attention is also on the memes, jokes, funny videos, like everyone of us does, and it's normal. So this can give you a little bit more precise and realistic understanding of what are your values, where do you really spend your life on, and you can polish it up with those questions, comparing what happened this year. These 2 days most probably are the hardest if you're not used to do the reflections. The next day, number 4, this is finally when you're coming to the planning and envisioning. Here again, first I recommend some kind of free form. There are many ways how people talk about and write about their vision. No, there's exercise about write your perfect future day in the future, right? One type of things. People create vision boards, another kind of things. Some people like to build a dashboard with the metrics, etc. Cool, no problem. Some people just like writing essays. Personally, what I do, I just mix it all together. So I'm sharing with you my template. But again, the idea is that you should have some kind of vision. I mix visuals with the essay and some kind of bullet points that are similar-ish to the metrics, but not always. Important part. First of all, you do it for your life areas. And second, you decompose your vision into 2 or more time periods. It can be not as long as 5 or 10 years old. It can be 3 to 5, 2 and 5. But try to go beyond 1 year because 1 year is really tactical. It's easy to think, oh, next year I'm going to go to the gym. But what is the vision for it? And why it's important to separate it in the 2 steps, because it also helps with strategic thinking. First, I need to achieve this to achieve that. For example, first I need to eat healthy to win the marathon. First, I need to write diary for myself to be able to participate in the group exercises. First, I'll read the books before sharing my knowledge. First, I'll find my inner peace before I do it in the community. First, I have fun with my couple before we become a power couple that does some, family business. First, I build my family before I care about all my family tree. First, I have time with my friends before I have the global impact. First, I have little hobbies before I travel. First, I make money before I'm buying expensive cars. First, I'm working by myself with the computer before I have the global impact. And add some words, bullet points, metrics, numbers about it. I think the structure is really simple. It will be not easy to do this. Actually, it's not easy to think strategically about your future. But I hope that this template and these examples will be useful for you and they will help you. This is day 4. This may take more time. And of course, if you have to split it in 2 days, you do what you got to do, especially if you do for the first time. But for example, this experience, you already can do it within 1 week and that's it. Because you're able to reuse your past reviews, past experiences, etc. Then last day 5. This is the strategy day. I will stop here the least because this is the information where there are so many frameworks on the internet. For example, I'm also reusing other people frameworks, and I know that there are so many ways to define your goals. But this is one of the Notion templates, which is for free, which is like a table. This is my goal: to learn French, to visit Japan, to start a team, my deadlines by quarter, by category of my life, whatever it is. So many templates that are free. I don't see any reason to discuss it in depth. I think what's more important is what come in before that. Before actually start your goals for the next year, you need to have the big vision and understand your values and where this vision is growing from. The same about the habits. I find it really important every year to redesign my habits because you don't actually rise to the levels of your goals, you fall down to the level of your habits. Again, so many habit trackers. This is just one of the templates where you can track your habits. You create your habits. Again, it's important because if your goal is to be fit, because your 10-year vision is to run a marathon, your daily habit should be about, I just go to the gym or I to running, whatever it is. So habits are important. How do you do it? I think it's really getting way too personal and way too much content on the internet. And some things are you don't do daily. For example, you need to find yourself a gym coach. It's not a habit. It's not really even a goal. It's just a project you need to do once to achieve a goal. So basically, you know that your goal for this year, let's say, to find a job where you earn more. What can be your habit? Your habit can be applying to at least 5 new jobs daily before you achieve the goal. What can be your project? Your project can be research different job boards. Your project can be create a new resume. Your project or task can be get feedback about my resume from 5 people. So this is the composition. Again, just Google it. Ask AI. So much content. Even don't want to stop on this. That's why day 5 is the last day, and this is most probably you already know how to do. But what is I find much more important is what happens before, because this is your grounding. This is your grounding in your own reality. How do you really live your life this year? What is really driving you, and what is your vision? When you have this goals, habits, tasks, this is easy. This is already too easy to do. And what's next? You operate, you execute. You're actually trying to achieve your goals for the next year. You do your habits, you do your tasks. If you have an interest, and there will be enough interest, maybe from at least like dozens or hundreds of people, I will share my execution system as well, how they actually align all these kind of things into a tactics, operations, and governance system. But this is already for another time. And of course, the resources, basically what I used as an inspiration for this template. I only hope that you actually use it, and I hope that you use it and do it on the regular basis. You want to do it every year. And the only thing I can ask you about, since it's free, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it in your socials. Again, if you find it useful, if you think that more people can benefit from yearly reflection and this kind of yearly practices, and you think that this template is actually good and useful, do a good thing, do something from the green level of the human bond and sense of community and unity, and share it with the others. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye bye.